Hey everyone, I'm Carolyn from Tranquil Mentor, and welcome to our channel. Today we're going to be reviewing the BLEDS Honey Flower 6x6 Scrapbook Journal Paper Pack. The paper is 160 GSM and you get 24 sheets in the pack. These papers can be purchased on Amazon, and there is also a Facebook group called Lee Eya Craft Supplies. The links will be below in the description. And what I'll do is this cover sheet has all the papers that are in the pack on it, and then I'm just going to go through and show you the papers. There's 2 of every one, and I just love the patterns and the vivant colors. Here's some lemons, absolutely beautiful. Just sticking together a little, and then the black and white bee pattern is really beautiful, and then the colored bees, very cute. I like the way they're all laid out in a pattern. And here's some honeycomb, and then here's more bees, and I like the color of them also. And this is a nice pattern for a background. And here beautiful flowers, which seems to be this flower pattern seems to be very popular lately, and these 2 are stuck together a little bit too, but that's a nice, that gray is a nice background pattern or a background paper also. And here they're just stuck together, but you can see. And here's the 2 gray, very cute. And I do like that cover paper that has all of the papers in the pack on the front. Very vibrant. And this is my CA glue. I've had some pieces that I cut in my laser, and I had them around for a while, and I decided to paint them up and use the papers with a design. So I cut this paper out on my Cricut, and I want to make a bead garland. This is the front of it, and then I'm going to use the other black pattern with the bees on it for the background. So right now I'm just getting that Mod Podged on and getting it sealed, and I use the CA glue to glue together the laser pieces, but I didn't use it on this. I used Mod Podge, and I Mod Podged the back of the paper and I stuck that on, and then now I'm just taking the Mod Podge and sealing the top. And then we'll get that all covered. And what I'll do is I'll get the edges here too, just so that they're nice and sealed in. And I can also file them down later or sand them down later. And then here's where the CA glue comes in. I'm just going to take little drops and put it on this top piece here on the back of the bees. And what I do usually with things when I'm first cutting them out, or first cutting out patterns, I use this masonite. It's a lot cheaper. I can buy a lot of pieces, and I just practice with it. And then if it's something that I can make over and over again, that I want to make over and over again, then I'll use the wood pieces for it. But masonite is pretty much what I practice with. And I've got that bee design down. Just clearing up some of the CA glue off the edges there. Whoops, and I just knocked it out of whack there. And that's what's good about not using the Activator. I do have Activator for that CA glue, but I don't use it with things like this, because if I do knock something, I can get it back in line again. All right, and it looks like this is dry now, and that other paper, the black paper with the bees on it, that's going to go on the back there, but we're just going to get some of the glue out of here. It will file off, but I like to just get some of it out. And you can probably use a Q-tip if you want to not use your fingers, but I just find that my fingers work pretty good with that, and Mod Podge is so forgiving. And then I got this board, it's about 5.5 inches, and I got it a couple years ago from Dollar Tree and just never did anything with it. So I found these, and I thought they would be really pretty for tier trays or little signs next to the tier tray. I'm using my old Mod Podge again. The only thing that I would like to make sure that I find is Mod Podge that's not glossy. I want more matte, and I just never remember to pick it up, but when I'm at Michael's I'm going to grab some. Here is, I'm just pressing down, I Mod Podged that. I'm going to make some creases on the edge of this board just so I know where the end is. And then eventually what we'll do after that dries, we'll put a few more coats on that. And then here's our second one. I'm going to choose another pattern because we're going to have 2 signs. And I decided to put the bee pattern on this one. And I'm just getting it pressed down. Here, what I'm going to do is I go one way horizontally usually, or vertical, but I cross these. And when they dry, I just go in the other direction. And with this paper, I'm only going to do about 3 coats, and that will be perfect. And you can see how the paper is a little bit glossy, which it came out beautiful. But I think next time I would try to look for the matte, and I can usually never remember to buy it. So, all right, and here's my little Cricut tool from Dollar Tree. I'm just making a hole in there. My drill bit's kind of small that I have. I just used my Dremel tool, my fake Dremel. And then I just made a hole through there and made a hole through the paper. And then we'll be using that later. I'm just going to take my sanding block and I'm going to sand those edges as good as I can. And you know, with the paper being Mod Podged and being very thick, I'm going to end up cutting this with my X-Acto knife, but for now I'm giving it a try. Okay, so here's my X-Acto knife, and I'm just going to put it down on that mat and just ever so carefully cut those edges, and that'll work out just fine. And it's very easy to cut because it's thick. And here we go. And I've got my sanding block out again, and I'm just going to give it a sand on the rest of the wood too. And then right there I just took the nail file and filed the edges of that honeycomb. I'm going to Mod Podge this. I was going to use CA glue, and I thought I would give it a try. It would seep into all those little crevices on the masonite. So, and here I will position this in the center. I just love this saying. I see it around, and it's just, I absolutely love it. Queen bee. Perfect. I'm just centering everything up, taking a look at it. And with Mod Podge, you know, you just have time and you can move things around. Here's some brown acrylic. I get that from Dollar General, which is very close to me. So whenever I have to grab paints, I usually am there, so I grab it. Paint's kind of thick, and I left it that way. I'm getting my sponge brush as dry as I can, and I'm going to just distress these edges a little bit and go around. I think what I would do next time is rough up the edges of the bee itself and then do it first before I glue it. But I really do like the way that it came out, but I would like to distress the bee laser cut a little bit more. And then I'm getting some of that brown around the edges. And then, I want to make it look kind of old and distressed, so I put some on the queen. There we go. I put it on a stand. And now for this one, I got these buttons at Walmart. They're just as cute as they can be. So what I do is I take you have to watch your eyes because they'll go flying, and just cut the little back piece off. They're buttons, so I like using buttons a lot of times because I think you have a lot of choices. And I just glued those on with my BLEDS glue gun, which I absolutely love. I have a little flower here from Dollar Tree. I'm going to take that flower and use my hot glue gun, and I'm going to pop it right on top there. It gives it a little bit of dimension. And then I also did take my paint pen and color in that opening to the beehive. I painted it black. I just love the way that came out. How cute is that? It's going to look so adorable next to my tier tray. And then here is how the back turned out with the different paper on the back there. I made this bead garland. I'm cutting the string. You can probably do this with a needle, but this hole is so small, I do need a bigger drill bit. I'm just going through, twisting and turning till I get that all the way through. I put a tassel on the end, as you can see. Then you loosen it up a little bit so it's not so tight, because when you put it on a tier tray or if you put it out for decor, you don't want it so tight that you can't even bend it. I'm just tying a regular overhand knot here, and that's all it is. I'll double that up and tie another one just to keep it secure. And just a basic knot here, pull it real tight, and then you have that extra room with the beads there. Pushing, you can push the beads, and I'm just cutting it off at the end. And then I'm going to take a little bit of glue that I have. I'm going to put my paper down because sometimes my mat gets so messy with glue. All right, and then I just put a tiny bit of glue on the front. I think that looks about good there. Perfect. All right, and there we go. We have some bead garland with our honeycomb. How cute. It's gonna look great. So excited how it came out. And here we are, our sweet bee and our queen bee tier tray items, or even just tabletop too. They may be a little tall to go on the tier tray, but they would be great for a tier tray, and so would the garland. I'm showing you the little bees and how cute they look on there. It just really gives it that extra life. The queen bee is perfect with those daisies in the background. The white flowers on that black background just pop. That is our review for the BLEDS Honey Flower Paper Pack. We highly recommend these papers. They are of great quality with vibrant, vivant colors, and they're very easy to fold and conform to your project. There is also a Facebook group that we will link below if you would like to join the Lee Eya Craft Supply BLEDS store for more products like these. We also had the opportunity to review the vintage Journal Scrapbook Paper Pack, and as soon as that video is posted, we'll put the link in the description below. And if you make a journal, share the inspiration and tag us on Instagram or visit us on Facebook at Tranquil Mentor. If you are already one of our subscribers, welcome back and thanks for watching our video today. And if you're not a subscriber, welcome to our channel. And if you would be so kind to subscribe and like our video, it helps YouTube notice us a little more, and it supports our channel and helps us to grow. And as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.